When I started playing cricket, I don't know how many of you know that my uncle, my mother's elder brother, Madhav Mantri, he played 4 test matches for India in the 1950s. He was captain of Mumbai. He was a wicketkeeper batsman. Went to England in 1952 with the Indian team. Went to Pakistan when India's first team went to Pakistan in 1955. So he had played a few test matches and he played a lot of first class cricket. So when I started my career at the schools level, every time I got some runs, they would say, "Oh, Madhav Mantri's nephew got runs." So I was not known by my name. It was Madhav Mantri's. I was known as Madhav Mantri's nephew. Then, as it happened, when I got into the Indian team, my first series in the West Indies, I was very, very fortunate that in my first innings, I was dropped on 12 by none other than the greatest of them all, Sir Garfield Sobers. A simple dolly catch at second slip. He just dropped it. And I was batting only on 12. And that gave me the opportunity to stay at the crease, get a half century. And by scoring the half century, I managed to get another test match, next test match. So for the next test match, I was batting on 6. And I had a hard sort of slash outside the off stump, thick edge, outside edge. And it flew at second slip to Gary Sobers again to Gary Sobers, and he didn't pick it up. Maybe because sometimes when you're in that second slip in the background of the crowd, you can't always pick the ball up early. It hit him on the chest. The ball bounced up. By the time he recovered, the ball fell down. I was batting 6 only that time. I went on to get 100, and thereafter, managed to sort of, keep my place in the team. So we also beat West Indies for the first time that series. So there was a big felicitation in Mumbai when the team returned. There was a big felicitation, and so the introductions took place. The master of ceremonies was introducing all the players. So obviously it started with Ajit Wadekar, the captain. Oh, Ajit Wadekar, the captain! He was such a brilliant captain. He got the team together. The bowling changes that he made, the field placement that he had, it was fantastic. Then there is Venkatraghavan, the vice captain, and each player was introduced like that. Venkatraghavan, he took 5 wickets in Trinidad, bowled Gary Sobers behind his legs, had broken Kanai caught at slip. All like that introduction. Eknath Solkar, what a terrific cricketer he was. He had that stand with Dilip Sardesai. And what about Dilip Sardesai? 640 runs in the series, a renaissance man of Indian cricket. That kind of introduction all went on of every single player. I was the youngest in the team that time. I was the baby of the team. So I was introduced last. And when I was introduced last, the master of ceremonies said, "Now let me introduce you to the man Gary Sobers dropped twice." So my name was not taken again. We went to England 2 months later. Again, we beat England for the first time ever in England. But if those of you who remember, those of you who might see some old videos, you would have seen that there was an occasion when I was at the non-strikers end and Farooq Engineer called me for a quick single, and I started running, and John Snow, the bowler, he came running across from his follow-through, and realizing that he was not going to get to the ball, he shoved me and sent me sprawling. So I, sort of eventually got to the crease. I regained the crease. With my bat had gone flying, I regained the crease on my hands and knees, and we won that test. We won the series after a couple of test matches later, and again big reception. Again the same introduction. Wadekar, brilliant captain. He outwitted Ray Illingworth. That time Chandra was the hero. Chandra took 6 wickets. All the introduction. I was the last one again to be introduced. I was still the baby of the team, youngest in the team. And again the introduction all after that. And here is the man that John Snow pushed to the ground. So not introduced by my own name at all. Then of course for the next 3 years, 4 years, we didn't have a good time. Indian team, from the top into end, we lost. So we went down. So there was no question of any felicitation, no question of any functions, no question of any introduction. If you're not invited anywhere, how are you introduced? Then I think a year down the road, 2 years down the road, my sister got married to who I think is India's greatest batsman, Gundappa Vishwanath. And so thereafter, if there was any felicitation function or something like that, guess what? I was always introduced as Gundappa Vishwanath's brother-in-law. So never by my own name, and that's the reason, hello, that's the reason I like to be introduced, understand? That's the reason I like to be introduced. But thank you all for coming. This was just a little bit of a diversion. But I just want to say that, to be associated with Topsem Cement has been a wonderful experience. What I noticed even in the interaction that I've had with Topsem Cement is not only of the company and the quality that they produce, but it is their feel for everybody, not just the masons, but the feel to make whatever they are making, what the construction, to be so good, so solid. So partnerships are very good when they're solid. It's not just a long partnership that you're looking for, you're looking also for solidity. And I think that is what you just get to see with Topsem Cement as a company. And I'm delighted to be able to associate with it. And I hope that this partnership goes a long, long way. And in the process, like a partnership, when an opening partnership sets up a platform, a base for the others to come in and do well, we are hoping that this partnership, and particularly this scheme, the Samriddhi scheme, is something that will mean that all of us can, benefit from it, and all of us can go on to build a long, healthy life and relationship. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to answering your questions. Please also remember when you ask me questions that I don't play cricket as much as I used to, so my defense is not very good. And I'm not wearing any protective equipment, so please, no bouncers. Just try and bowl half volleys to me, okay?